But here's the problem. That's really not what happened. What happened is they got mad that you had the audacity to talk on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had audacity to take up for yourself. And I think going back into your talk, if there was anybody that would pay attention to this, it was like, there's an element of making an example of you. Because there was a tweet afterwards that was pretty hardcore, like, maybe, the state of Michigan had arrested the most gruesome criminal of all time. And somehow Donald Trump got involved in this. And I don't know how Donald Trump got involved in the tweet over arresting somebody over, basically serving food. Okay, so I think that's where people miss it. And it goes back to actually the article we were talking about, a rock star who we used to like, who just basically called us an enemy of the people. It's like, dude, slow it down. Listen, what he's saying to us is that you're making us criminals when we're not. And I think that's what happened to you, Marlena. So go on.
I would like to say one thing. I'm an immigrant and American citizen. And in Texas, I follow everything every American does. And I have a problem. They come and arrest me. And why they don't go and arrest all the immigrants who come across the border? No, you don't know who they are. They don't wear masks. They don't follow distancing. They don't go arrest them. They are good people. We protect. We give them free money, free stay. And they come and arrest me, and I have to pay a fine. Something wrong with this picture.
Yes, there is.
Wake up, people. We have this country. I don't care if you're conservative, if you're Democrat, Republican. We're talking about we the people and us rights. We are the citizen. If the government cannot protect American people, then something wrong with this picture. We are good for many different nations. And this is what is America known. But what they doing, they punish us. They put us in fear, American people, and they bring all these illegals, and they say, you are good, and we give you free stuff, and you're welcome. Something wrong with this picture. We have to stand, and we have to protect American people and our rights as Americans.
No, I will tell you this. Every time I see like large pictures of them walking there, I'm thinking if there's ever been a super spreader event, if you want to find one, I would probably get right there. I think, and Robert and I have discussed this on a lot of different shows, and I want to get his opinion on this one is it's the lack of consistency that I think has everybody angry. There's a weirdness where, okay, you're an American citizen, you're running a business, you're public enemy number one, and that is not an exaggeration, people. She's public enemy number one in Michigan. She's used as some sort of tweet bait for the attorney general, who, by the way, apparently is enjoying Michigan football just a little too much. And that is happening. And then, so you watch that, you're pro Marlena and you're watching this. So you turn on the news and you see large numbers of people coming across the border. They're marching in from who knows where. Nobody knows who they are. I mean, nobody knows where they're from. Nobody knows who's paying for them to come there, because, champion, if you're watching this and you think they all just showed up walking here by coincidence, you might want to stop. Stop starting your car in the garage. I think it's the lack of consistency that's killing people. And I know you got an opinion on that, Mr. Baker.
It's not just the lack of consistency, it's the governmental overreach that from every level from the top on down is where we're at, because there was a group out of Traverse City that had done a FOIA and they complied with it. We had done a FOIA and they didn't comply with it, but it showed actually the emails back and forth between Nessel, who's the highest law enforcement officer of the state of Michigan, and all of her underlings trying to arrest Marlena prior to her getting onto Tucker Carlson.
Right.
I mean, and it was, to me, that's nefarious. Okay. I mean, at least it's governmental overreach. Okay. And a misuse of power. Okay. And hopefully this will come up in the election, but I don't know. I know that Marlena has been outspoken. She has traveled the nation with this Awaken America tour. She went out to California. She did a big one in Grand Rapids. It was a 3-day event that was totally sold out with Michael Flynn and Roger Stone and several other conservative leaders. And it was fascinating. And Marlena, if you could respond to that, and how was your reception at those events? How was your message received?
Well, I meet so many great leaders who fight for freedom, like General Flynn. I have honor to have a dinner sitting next to him and exchange, thoughts and speak, So I'm very, fortunate to be able to meet in person, and so many other great speakers that, I met in Grand Rapids, in Awaken America. And we, the people, we have to stand, we have to be connected. And that's what they do. Like Clay Clark, he wants me to go and travel to Denver and Texas, but because I cannot do it, I have my business that I'm running right now, but if I could, I will be everywhere to give my speech and my experience, what I went through, and encourage people that we have to take a stand and we have to fight what is right. Because what's going on right now, this is something bigger. We, the people, we fight for human being existence and human being rights. If those rights going to be taken away, then we all going to be finished. So we have to stand up, take, and do whatever will takes that we will be on the same page. We have to become united, put all this who is what, Democrat, Republican, on the side. We have one big picture that we, the people, we need us freedom, and everyone, he can express what he think and what the majority will vote. And I hope is legit, not like see what happened with the voting. We need forensic audit. That's another story that we have to talk about it. Yeah. That, like the GOP, I don't understand why they don't agree. This is not about one party or another. If we have a doubts, both parties, they should say, yes, we demand forensic audit. So everyone will have a peace in mind that whoever is the winner is the winner. But because they don't want to agree, that's put the red light. In my opinion, a lot of politicians, they are in the office because the elections is not right. They probably do something that many of them, they hold those positions and they should not be even in the office. And because they protect themselves, they don't want it, allow this forensic audit that we will find out the truth. Technology is great, but is a very dangerous thing. I'm the old-fashioned girl. I like my thing in writing, in papers. I can have my file. I like to count. I don't want it to, depend on this technology. Because how many times you see, you go to the bank, oh, sorry, sir, or sorry, ma'am, data, the system is down. We got to wait. And what happens if they're going to push the data and the data is going to be wiped? You're not going to even have no money in your bank because they're going to say, we don't know what happened, or the data is gone. And I bet you what they're doing, something's going to happen. So people, wake up. We need the old-fashioned. You go to the bank, you have the money, they should be there. You have your book and you know where is it. Don't trust technology because this is a scam. Wake up, people. Take a stand. We the people, we can make a difference. And all the politicians, we don't need them. The government and government agency, they get bigger and bigger. They create so many jobs for themselves. They have a job security. What about us? We the people. We have to fight to make a living. We have to struggle. And we don't have this money that's going to come. Pay them? We do. They are our servant. We should downsize all the government agency. Every district should have one leadership, and we the people, we make the votes, we make the decisions. We should be, not how they do. They, have meetings and they make the meetings that nobody knows when the meetings come, and they pass all those laws that we don't even agree because they get bribed with the money, with the insurance company, and so on. So we the people, we have to take a stand, and we can make the difference, but we have to stick together.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you. And I will tell you this, everywhere that I'm at, people are talking about forensic audits, and it's not only with voting, but checking on a bunch of things like audits. They're checking on the voting. They want to do forensic audits with budgeting. And where you think people would be all for that, I got people that go, oh, we don't want to look at anything. And I'm like, that should be the minimal we do, is the whole government accountable. But I will tell you this, and we're getting ready to wind down. So I want to say this. And Marlena, we need to have you back because there's a lot more we need to talk about. But I want to say this. The fact that many Americans do not want forensic audits on anything is the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen. We're in Columbus, and there's some concerns about some finances because somebody was arrested and convicted of embezzlement. And you got people like, oh, I don't think we need a forensic audit. And I'm like, I can't think of one reason you wouldn't have one. And we just base all this stuff bouncing off. And I think there's one reoccurring problem. Government has become so dominating that people are actually afraid to say anything. And Marlena, I know that's not you, but I'm confident that's our biggest problem. Nobody wants to do it.
Government, they are us servant. They work for us. So are afraid of them.
Yeah. I agree with you. We can't be fearful of them. I mean, there is one thing where you want to be respectful, and I think we all want to be respectful. I don't think that being respectful is ever this issue, but people definitely need to not fear them.